Hello and welcome to the unit tutorial Science Year 6 Unit 2 Classification, and this is video part 2. This video will walk you through the following areas: how to adapt activities and lessons, and key moments within the unit to look out for. Adapting activities can be easily done by using the ebook workbook and the snipping tool to paste the activity onto a Word or Publisher document and edit it. From there, you can print it and stick the adapted activity into your exercise book or directly over the workbook original activity. You may be familiar with the snip tool, but it can be found by searching in the search bar or simultaneously pressing Windows, Shift and S. Drag your mouse to highlight the area you want to copy, and that selection of your screen can be copied onto your clipboard and then onto your Word or Publisher document. I'm now going to talk you through how you can adapt activities in the pupil workbook. We don't have time to go through every activity in this unit, so I've selected one or two from each lesson. The adaptations we look at here are suggestions, and you should use what works best for your pupils, but hopefully this is a useful starting point for you and will start a bank of adaptation ideas. In this activity, pupils are asked to complete the key to classify the animals in the pictures. To support pupils, you could highlight the key information in the text, reduce the number of animals to sort, add the final sorting prompts for deer and wolf, partially complete the task as a model or to allow pupils more time to be successful. And to stretch pupils, you could ask pupils if they can create their own flowchart with different animals for their partner to sort. In this activity, pupils are asked to read the text about Carl Linnaeus, then complete a write task. To support pupils, you could highlight the key information in the text and give pupils a multiple choice question to answer instead of creating their own answer. Stretch pupils by asking pupils to answer more challenging questions such as, do you think Carl Linnaeus' work is still important today and why? In this activity, pupils are asked to complete the table and add examples for each group of vertebrates. To support pupils, you could create answers that pupils can sort and stick into their workbooks, partially complete the table as a model and to allow extra time for pupils to complete the task, highlight supporting text to support understanding. To stretch pupils, you could ask them to pick a vertebrate and explain if it is cold or warm-blooded and how they know. In this activity, pupils are asked to present data from an earlier activity in the lesson in the bar charts. To support pupils, you could add in invertebrate group names and scale, fill in an example bar as a model, and stretch pupils by asking them questions such as, do all invertebrates live in the same habitat? Explain your answer using examples. In many lessons, pupils are required to read knowledge-rich texts and complete an activity based on this information. To support pupils for answering questions that require pupils to retrieve information from text, highlight the key information. Stretch pupils by giving pupils a variety of plant images and ask which ones are flowering or non-flowering, and if they can tell them from the images how they reproduce. In this activity, pupils are asked to add information to the picture to show how microorganisms can enter the body. Pupils should include arrows and labels. People should then use different colours to label the body with ways to prevent microorganisms from spreading. To support pupils, you could add arrows with boxes. You could list keywords for pupils to add. And you could highlight and colour coordinate the instructions to the task. Stretch pupils by asking them to write up an extended answer about what microorganisms are, how they enter the body, and how to prevent their spread. Besides reading through the unit resources before you begin teaching, for every unit there are elements that will need to be planned in advance for the class teacher. You could plan an engaging hook, look at a model, create some art, or watch a video to get pupils excited for the learning to come. You'll need to print off any additional resources. Not every lesson will have these, so make sure you check before you teach. And you may need to gather resources for specific lessons, such as lessons and investigations. and check for this using the unit planning guide. Hopefully you now feel confident about accessing and teaching this unit. Any questions, please send to primarymastery@curriculumplus.org.uk, and we welcome all feedback to ensure that these resources are as supportive as possible for you and your pupils.